Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0172, identified as Fuel System 2 Rich, is a diagnostic trouble code related to the Honda Accord models from 2012 to 2017 that feature the K24W1 engine type. This code indicates that the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, has detected an excess of fuel in the engine, leading to a rich fuel mixture. The PCM continuously monitors the air-fuel ratio using signals from the air-fuel ratio AF sensor, also known as Sensor 1. It adjusts fuel delivery through short-term fuel trim to optimize the air-fuel mixture for various driving conditions. Over time, longitudinal fuel trim data is collected and stored in the PCM memory to identify potential malfunctions when deviations exceed certain thresholds. When the PCM determines that the long-term fuel trim is too low, it triggers this error code, indicating a need for further investigation to address potential issues in fuel metering components. In summary, understanding and addressing DTC P0172 is vital for maintaining the overall health of your Honda Accord. Recognizing the role of fuel metering components, such as the PCM and AF sensor, is essential in diagnosing issues that lead to a rich fuel mixture. The symptoms associated with this code, like reduced performance and increased emissions, highlight the urgency of prompt repairs. By following a thorough troubleshooting process and conducting regular maintenance checks, you greatly reduce the chances of experiencing similar faults. Ultimately, the key takeaways are the importance of monitoring vehicle performance, understanding the diagnostic process, and implementing preventive maintenance strategies to keep your vehicle in optimal condition. The error code P0172 indicates a malfunction involving the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, and the air-fuel ratio AF sensor, particularly Sensor 1. The AF sensor is responsible for providing real-time data on the oxygen content of exhaust gases, which is crucial for maintaining an optimal air-fuel mixture. The PCM uses this data to adjust fuel delivery through mechanisms like short-term and long-term fuel trims. These trims aim to maintain the air-fuel ratio at a stoichiometric level, ensuring efficient combustion and reduced emissions. Malfunctions occur when the long-term fuel trim indicates a value lower than normal, suggesting an excessively rich fuel mixture. The PCM is typically located within the engine compartment, while the AF sensor is positioned in the exhaust system, upstream of the catalytic converter, making it accessible for troubleshooting, testing, and replacement. Various possible causes can lead to the P0172 error code in your Honda Accord. First, fuel pump failure can prevent adequate fuel supply, which the PCM interprets as an imbalance. Injector failure is another potential cause, where the fuel injectors are unable to deliver the correct amount of fuel to the engine, causing the mixture to become rich or lean. A failing fuel pressure regulator may also contribute to this issue by allowing excessive fuel pressure. Leaks in either the intake manifold or throttle body can disrupt the air-fuel mixture, leading to incorrect readings from sensors. Additionally, issues with the mass airflow MAF sensor or manifold absolute pressure MAP sensor could compromise the air input data, causing the PCM to misinterpret the fuel needs of the engine and ultimately trigger the DTC. The symptoms associated with the P0172 code can significantly affect vehicle performance and driver experience. You may notice reduced engine performance, as a rich fuel mixture can lead to inefficient combustion. Rough idling is another common symptom caused by fluctuations in the air-fuel balance affecting the engine's ability to maintain a stable idle. Additionally, you might experience poor fuel economy, where the vehicle consumes more fuel than necessary due to the excessive amount within the combustion chamber. Increased emissions could also result, as an overly rich condition often leads to elevated levels of harmful pollutants being expelled. Finally, the most immediate indicator is the illumination of the malfunction indicator lamp, MIL, on the dashboard, signaling that the vehicle's computer has detected an issue that requires attention. For the first step in troubleshooting the P0172 error, begin by starting the engine. It is critical to hold the engine speed at approximately 3,000 revolutions per minute, RPM, without any load. If your vehicle has a continuously variable transmission, CVT, ensure it is in either park or neutral N. If it has a manual transmission, it should be in neutral as well. Maintain the engine RPM until the radiator fan activates, indicating the engine has reached operational temperatures. After this, allow the engine to idle and closely monitor the long-term fuel trim value. Ideally, if this trim value hovers around 1.0, it suggests the vehicle is operating within normal parameters. On the contrary, notable deviations can indicate persistent fault conditions requiring further investigation into the fuel metering system. In the second troubleshooting step, it is essential to drive the vehicle at a steady speed, ideally between 15 and 75 miles per hour, approximately 24 to 120 kilometers per hour. This driving pattern should be maintained for a minimum of 15 minutes, allowing the onboard diagnostic system to analyze the long-term fuel trim under controlled conditions. During this time, keep an eye on the long-term fuel trim readings. A consistent trim around 1.0 indicates that the vehicle is functioning properly, while significant fluctuations in this value may suggest deeper issues present within the fuel delivery system. If freeze data exists under these specific conditions, it's advisable to test under those circumstances rather than the standard driving pattern. This observation will help pinpoint whether the issue persists or is isolated. The third troubleshooting step involves clearing the DTC by either disconnecting the vehicle's battery or utilizing a scan tool equipped with a clear DTC command. This action resets the onboard diagnostics, removing any stored faults. After clearing the code, drive the Honda Accord at a constant speed ranging between 15 and 55 miles per hour, approximately 25 to 90 kilometers per hour, for at least 40 minutes. This period allows the onboard system to recover and regenerate long-term fuel trim data. It is crucial to conduct this test in accordance with traffic regulations and ambient conditions for accurate results. After the driving cycle, you should inspect the long-term fuel trim once again. If it returns to normal, it suggests that the previous issue may have been transient or minor. Final repair verification is a critical step in ensuring that all previous issues associated with DTC P0172 have been fully resolved. Start by confirming that no active diagnostic trouble codes are present. This can be done using an OBD2 scanner, which should indicate a clean slate. Next, verify the engine's performance. It should operate smoothly, without rough idling or hesitation under various conditions. Finally, check that the fuel trims are stable and within appropriate parameters, especially during idle and moderate driving conditions. If all these points meet the thresholds of normal operation, it's safe to conclude that the residual issues related to the P0172 error code have been effectively addressed. Preventive maintenance is essential to avoid the recurrence of P0172 and related error codes. First and foremost, conduct regular checks of the entire fuel system, including the fuel pump, injectors, and fuel lines, to ensure optimal functionality. Routine sensor calibration, particularly for the air-fuel ratio sensor and the MAF sensor, is also crucial, as inaccuracies can lead to rich or lean fuel conditions. Additionally, monitoring for any exhaust leaks helps ensure the PCM receives accurate data regarding exhaust content. Keeping an eye on engine performance metrics, such as fuel efficiency and emissions, can also provide early warnings for issues that may lead to DTCs. By taking these proactive steps, you can enhance vehicle performance and limit the necessity for more extensive repairs. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.